Guys, it's me, Desiree Marie, and I'm back here today to do another update video. I'm so excited. It has already been 2 weeks since I've had my baby starter locks in my hair, and I am so excited on my journey. There's been so many changes within these last 2 weeks, and I'm so excited to update you guys on what's been happening. But first, I want to say a special thank you to all of my new subscribers, all of the beautiful new women that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you girls so much. I am just encouraged by you, and just happy that you would want to join me on this journey. If you're watching this video right now and you're not subscribed, I do encourage you to subscribe right now, because I have so much more content coming up, weekly updates on my hair, and plus I subscribe right back. So if you subscribe to me, I will share the love right back, because it's all about encouraging one another and motivating one another on this journey, right? These last 2 weeks have been quite uncomfortable. I know that this is just the beginning of the journey, but yeah, it has been a little uncomfortable, and I'll let you know why. So I have encountered the frizzies, the very beginning of the frizzy stages in my lock journey. As you can see right now, I have frizzy hair. It's not as bad, it's not budding, but it is frizzy. I have encountered some issues with the frizziness. Like, for one, the hair that is actually like starting to frizz out around the lock is actually doing this thing called marriage within the locks. And if you don't know the term marriage within, you know, the hair, the lock community, it's actually when two locks combine at the root. So while your hair is still frizzy and just you know, kind of messing out in the beginning, it is very prone to entangling with each other and causing a case where it's hard to pull them apart. So some people do it intentionally, but for me, I'm not. I'm actually trying to develop my hair and keep my hands out of my hair for these few weeks before I get my retwist. But I have learned from a fellow lock sister that it is important that you continue to pop, she called it, pop your locks every so often, so that your locks stay separated from one another and you don't have a tangled mess when you finally do get a retwist. I did learn from another woman that when you have frizzies, one rule of thumb is to take the frizzy hair and wrap it around, twist it around the actual lock. So I took her advice and I did my whole entire head, and I thought that, okay, this is going to help me in between, you know, waiting on my first retwist and first wash day. But the very next day I took off my lock sack, shook my hair, did my norm, and it was a mess again. So I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to leave my hair until my first retwist, but of course I will be separating each lock at the root so that it's not a matted mess, very painful, because it is painful if you keep your hair tangled at the root. It will be painful when you actually get your retwist done, as the person that's working on your hair will have to pull those apart, and you'll hear snapping, you'll know that your hair is breaking, you'll feel it. And I don't want to have to deal with that. Another thing with the frizzy hair that I have encountered is a texture change. I don't know if my hair texture is changing at all, but I realized that the hairs that are frizzy are actually a lot looser than my actual curl type. And as a natural, I've always, you know, prided myself in being a 4C natural, 4B in some parts, but mostly 4C, which is the very kinky, curly hair type. But as my locks start to frizz out, I'm starting to see straight hair, and it's a lot looser, and I've never had that texture at all. And I know it's not being stretched because I'm constantly wetting it, and when you wet it, it should shrivel up. But with these frizzy hairs, it's just not, it's not shriveling up at all. So I'm not bothered at all. I know that this is all a part of the journey, so I'm just leaving it to do its own thing. But that is something that I have noticed, and I don't know if any of you that have locks have noticed that in your hair where your texture has changed, but please let me know if you have encountered that, because then I'll know that I'm not just speaking foolishness. Another issue that I have encountered with the frizzies is that my hair is a lot harder to look presentable. I have noticed that it is a lot harder for me to style my hair, whereas in the very beginning of my journey I had such cute twists. They were juicy, they were nice, they were you know, moisturized, and they were beautiful. But now that I have like the roots looking the way that it does, it's a little harder for me to actually pull off a hairstyle that looks cool and looks cute and presentable. I'm not used to walking out of the house with my roots looking like this. I'm used to just slapping some gel on my edges and calling it a day, but I know that I should not touch gel at all during this stage. So I've been pretty good with that. But because of that, it has been harder for me to style my hair. But nonetheless, I have my go-to styles, which I'll do in another video, and they have been helping so far. Another problem that I have noticed with my frizzy hairs is the ends. Now I'll see something like this where I have a piece of hair that is just hanging at the end, and I have such an impulse to just pull it off but I can't, because I heard that you should leave it alone. Somehow your locks use that hair and shrinks it back up into the lock. It does its own thing. I don't question it, but sometimes I have the impulse to just take it out and toss it. But I'm not. I'm leaving it alone. I'm trying my best to keep my hands out of my hair. It is hard to keep your hands out of your hair, because as it's maturing and doing different things every week, you know, you start to feel differences. I know for me, it's hard for me to keep my hand out of my hair. I have already noticed very most favorite lock while I'm just touching my hair and just messing around with it randomly. My favorite lock, where is it? Oh, where's my favorite lock? This is my favorite lock. This one right here. And it's my favorite because it actually feels like a lock. It's one of the only locks in my whole entire head where the ends actually feel sealed. And when I run my hand from top to bottom, I don't feel the two-strand pattern at all. It actually feels like there's like a bud in between. So I love that one, and I touch it just to remind myself, okay, my hair is maturing, it's doing something, it's not just staying in its natural state. For the most part, my whole entire head, I can still see the two-strand pattern, so I know that it's still in its baby phases. It's only been 2 weeks. I'm gonna be patient, but yeah. My regimen has not changed at all. I have continued to spray my hair every morning, every day. Every few days I use my jojoba oil, I get that in there, and I go. So it's very simple. I've been told not to add in extra, you know, creams and things that will just weigh down the lock. So I have been refraining from gels, pomades, and creams and shea butters, because I know that that will weigh down my hair, and that will not be great because it will cause buildup. I'm just learning to be patient with my hair, and I'm also learning that I love my hair like this because it shortens my get ready time. I don't have to mess with my hair at all. The most that I do is try to find a style that looks good as it's frizzy at the moment, but for the most part I get up, spray, and I go. So I really do love and enjoy my hair like this. I have not yet washed it, so that is actually coming up. I'm going to wash it on my first month. I'm going to try to hold out until my first month, and then wash it. And of course I'll be showing you guys, bringing you along with me as I wash it and as I retwist it, which I'm very excited to do. So yeah, I'm going to actually show you what my hair looks like right now. Ooh. Wow. Please do not mind the mess. Alright, so that is it for my 2-week lock update. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have locks right now and you're going through anything, please let me know. List your comments and whatever you are encountering within your journey down below. I would love to interact with you. I would love to also receive advice. So if you have any advice for me as a new natural, what I should do, how long I should wait to retwist and whatnot, please let me know. I am always open to learning and growing and all that good stuff.